traveler that we think would fall in love with the PAZ is someone who appreciates the rhythm and magic of a slower-paced coastal life, the beauty of a desert landscape, and all that the Sea of Cortez has to offer. In this premiere episode of Amore Life in Mexico, we will start by getting away from the city of La Paz itself and show you some of the natural beauty. A few reasons why travelers come here from all over the world, and give you a glimpse into our lives as digital nomads. I can't believe it's been over a year since we left La Paz. Even after all this time and about 30 other cities that we've lived in, it's still one of our very favorite places.
There's something about this place that pulls the plug on your stress tank when you aren't looking. Before you realize what happened, you have your feet in the water and zero concern about time or where your cell phone is.
The capital city of La Paz is located toward the southern end of the Baja California Peninsula. It's about 2.5 hours north of Los Cabos. We chose La Paz as our very first city to live in. One, because of the proximity from Seattle wasn't that bad of a drive. Two, it's beautiful beaches and surroundings. And three, because there's a few other places nearby that we didn't want to miss, like Los Cabos and Todos Santos.
And when you first come into La Paz, you come around a bend and then all of a sudden you just see the Sea of Cortez.
The gate opens and there's this gigantic home. There's a car in the driveway, so we don't know really what the situation is.
So we pull up and luckily the guy kind of gave us a quick little rundown of what to do.
And we were just awestruck. We walked past this amazing pool that had a hot tub and a fire pit and a gorgeous huge house connected to a little casita by a breezeway, and the little casita was a one-bedroom little mini house, and that was our home.
And it was actually just perfect for us.
It was a one-bedroom, had a really nice bathroom. The work area was actually in the bedroom, which was fine. The living room we didn't spend a whole lot of time in. There was a spiral staircase on the outside that led up to the rooftop where we could see, we could actually see the Bay of La Paz from the top. It was gorgeous.
We found out that the people who actually owned the house weren't going to be there at all. So we had this huge complex and the pool all to ourselves.
We loved it. It was a beautiful start to our life there. The city of La Paz is well-rounded if you're looking for new ideas for a travel destination.
You will find a little bit of everything that is great about Mexico without being over touristy. Much of the city still has an authentic and even old world feel.
During my research on the city of La Paz, I found a quote from John Steinbeck, the renowned American author.
And we wondered why so much of the Gulf was familiar to us, why this town had a home feeling. We had never seen a town which even looked like La Paz, and yet coming to it was like returning rather than visiting.
Steinbeck sailed to La Paz in 1940 with his best friend, marine biologist and philosopher Ed Ricketts. The two pals made the journey down the Baja coast on a research mission looking for answers and hope. Both were seeking to understand man's effect on this environment and the symbiotic relationship between the two. I can imagine that the time they spent immersed in this paradise provided an escape from the ugliness of the World War.
The thing that sets La Paz apart from every other city and what attracts travelers starts with the Sea of Cortez, what's in it and what surrounds it.
The beaches here are some of the most beautiful in the world.
Playa Balandra is the most famous of them all and deserves all the attention it gets.
Most of Balandra Bay is shallow enough that you can walk from one side all the way over to the other. If you feel like a short hike, across from the parking lot, there's a trail that leads to the top of a ridge where you can grab some incredible panoramic pictures.
Bring a few pesos to rent a kayak and be sure to paddle over to see the famous Mushroom Rock. Balandra used to be a local's paradise, but after gaining a ton of popularity from travel videos, it became overrun, and unfortunately caused the kind of problems you would imagine would be caused by large crowds and disrespectful visitors.
Since the pandemic, there have been capacity restrictions put in place which helped regulate the crowds.
If you don't make it inside, don't you worry. I have great news for you.
So, see, this is Balandra, right? Well, right here, over this ridge,
is Playa Tecolote, which is just 3 more minutes down the road.
And for Renz, this was actually my favorite of the two.
If you want a more quiet, peaceful experience, park on the far end and steal away for an area all your own. If you like something more social, you'll find restaurants, bars, mariachi, and plenty of beach vendors in the middle.
We rented a palapa on Tecolote for Thanksgiving Day and enjoyed a bucket of ice-cold beer on the beach. The Sea of Cortez is the body of water that separates the Baja California Peninsula from the Mexican mainland.
Beloved marine biologist Jacques Cousteau famously called the Sea of Cortez the world's aquarium.
And for good reason. There are hundreds of different types of microalgae and thousands of microinvertebrates,
which attracts over 500 different species of fish and 30 species of marine mammals.
The nearby island of Espiritu Santo is over 23,000 acres, and it's been made a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
There are over 30 species of reptiles and nearly 100 species of birds.
The area is also a breeding ground for several types of turtles and colonies of sea lions.
As you can imagine, marine biologists from all over the world come here to live and study.
The waters here are literally teeming with life. There are many other beautiful beaches and even forest regions in the nearby Sierra de la Laguna mountain range.
May through October are the warmest months with high temperatures averaging over 95 degrees.
November through April are slightly cooler and are some of the best months to swim with a whale shark. Back in El Centenario, we had finally gotten into a groove. We were just starting to learn how to use all of our equipment and getting a taste of how life feels living so far away from our family. This included working out a virtual Christmas with our kids poolside.
While we loved our desert surroundings, we found we were making the drive to La Paz quite a bit. So we packed up, loaded up trusty old Stan,
and relocated to a 2-bedroom apartment in a small complex just 3 blocks off the Malecon.
We decided to move into the heart of the city where we could get a better sense of the overall vibe.
In the next episode of La Paz, we will go into the city and give you a taste of what you can expect.
We will also give you a tour of our new apartment and tell you how an excursion to Los Cabos changed our entire itinerary.
For more nomad and travel-related content, you can find us on your favorite social media platform. We will feature exclusive content for subscribers to our website. Visit us at amorelifetoday.com.